This is part 2 of letting Harry know just how wrong he is.
Florida, for example, they're making voting by mail harder and limiting drop boxes.
Because of how many drop boxes were destroyed or defaced during the 2020 election, they are now requiring that they remain under surveillance, and this is expensive. But you are still allowed to drop your ballot off in a drop box at any time of day in most states, meaning it's at your convenience.
And that's exactly why we need to pass H.R.
I mean, of course you want to pass H.R. 1 because you see you're actually in favor of voter suppression, as long as it's Republicans. The most gerrymandered states in this country, Illinois, Maryland, Virginia, and California, are all Democratic states. H.R. 1 would also turn the Federal Elections Commission into a highly partisan weapon of the Democratic Party. Not to mention what you would call campaign finance reform actually pays our tax dollars to people to run for office. Also, Harry, why is it that the main Democrats pushing these lies are now walking back their talking points?
Voter suppression laws, saying we've got to have voter ID laws. This is Jim Crow in new clothes.
Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock said that he's very encouraged by Joe Manchin's proposals and told NBC News, quote, "I have never been opposed to voter ID."
Punitive free ID that is not free when you factor in the cost of transportation and the cost of underlying. No one has ever objected to having to prove who you are to vote. It's been part of our nation's history since the inception of voting.
Yes, Harry, we Republicans are actively blocking H.R. 1 and will continue to block the most anti-American piece of legislation that the Democrats have ever introduced. We know that many of you in the Democratic Party only care about the Constitution when it fits a narrative that you want to push. Well, how about actually respecting it for once? Maybe try to respect the 10th Amendment since the federal government was not granted this power by the Constitution. Democrats have essentially used the same playbook since their party was founded by Andrew Jackson. If you cannot win using the rules as they currently exist, try to flip the table and change the rules to put it in your favor. This has little and less to do with the people themselves and more to do with power and the Democrats' insatiable lust for it and the fact that they will do anything to get and keep it.